But once I came to America,
Right.
I would say in late 80s, and I learned about acrylics, you know, and this medium is really amazing because it's
But how does it, I mean, you know, I think of paint, you just take it out and you just put it on. But when you make a color, you have to mix colors and add things to get the color right? And
yeah, no, I have a different technique now. Normally, I would, the color, I do a lot of layers on my work. So what I do, I would mix the little color with this glaze, and then I pour it over it. And then I have tools, you know, like the skimming tool. I just skim it
right.
and spread it on the canvas. That way I work on the largest spaces also. And then I start working on the image. And then I will take another color which I want, the layer of the another color. I'll mix that in the, I'll thin it down with either water or glaze again. And again, I just give another glaze of that color.
So there's really like limitless amounts of colors you
Oh
can
yeah,
get.
yeah. Sometimes I use 20 layers of colors in one painting just to achieve that effect.
But do you find that you create unique colors, or a lot of times you're coming with colors you recognize and remember?
It's a maybe I should show you one painting here, like this one. If you look at this painting, in this I think I have almost about 20 layers. You can see red here, you can see blue there, yellow there. These are all layers already in the background. And then I go over it with another color. So somewhere where I don't want that color, I cover it up with another color. So it's like, you know, layers upon layers upon layers. So you will see yellow here in the background, orange, maybe a little blue here. So these are all, you know, different layers of colors. And that's how I get the richness of color
Okay,
here.
tell us a bit about this painting.
Oh, this is from actually from a memory in Rajasthan in India. Like women, they are always covered, like in any Islamic country. Like so they are, and you know these are the women from. I have taken the image from the, as if I'm looking at their backs, and through their, you know, posture of the body, I'm trying to show that they are looking at something beyond this. So I call this painting actually Curious. And this has a series, you know, like it's actually triptych, you know.
What is it?
Triptych, like 3 paintings put together.
Okay.
So I have done the 3 paintings, and this is a large, like painting, you know. So
And some of the things that you paint, I mean, is it something like you just consciously remember, or you just have like a dream or something inspired to paint certain things sometimes?
I think I'm just inspired, and I just remember. I do things very spontaneously, and let me tell you the theme of my paintings. I'm working with the humanity, like, you know, the flow of humanity. I like to draw and paint people, but not necessarily showing the faces, because I want to show the human spirit. I want to prove that we are all same. I think because I have seen 2 religions in my life, you know, and then I see so much misunderstanding along the world, you know, always seen that. So it's my dream to bring people together. So normally I do people in groups, you know, showing celebration of life, praying together, or grieving together, or having, you know, dance together, or singing together, or praising Allah together, like the sharing together, you know, those kinds of the themes I have in my work normally, you know. So I'll show you some of those pieces. That way, like even that painting, I'm trying to show people in celebration of life, like, you know, they are just moving in a group. And celebration of
a
life.
painting like that, how long would it take to finish? How long does it take you to finish a painting?
For me, it takes many days, but I work on 5-6 paintings at the same time. Like all these are in a process. And I do that because while I glaze this work, while it's drying, I work on another painting. Making the details on that. So that's how I keep working. So I don't know exactly how much time.
But is it easy to stop? I mean, you always can find something else to change. You find it difficult sometimes to stop working on something and say, okay, enough.
Oh yeah, that as I told you, there's a dialogue between the painting and me always, you know. As I start the work, it start talking to me. And somehow, yeah, there comes a time when I feel that it's done, and I would stop working on it. You know? So I do two kinds of paintings. One is with the large scale, with a lot of humanity, people coming together, as I told you. But then I also do small paintings. Like these small paintings remind me of miniature paintings in Islamic world. So, but these are very contemporary again, because what I do, I take this square shape, and my square shape is again inspired by Kaaba, because I think ultimately that is the truth, and that is the shape, you know, like I believe in. So I use these square pieces, and I use another square to show the 3 dimensions on this. And then on these series, I'm actually doing the stories from my childhood or from my journeys in India, Kuwait, Iran, Hyderabad. So these are like, you know, the homes I lived in and the people I had, you know, communication with. Some good memories, I would say, golden moments. I call them golden moments. So these are like memories I'm carrying with me. So I have done several paintings like this. You will see on this wall here, like this is an ongoing series I have been doing for, I would say, quite a few years now. And each one tells me a story, you know, like that is Tehran Bazaar. I lived in Iran for a while. And this one is actually from Berkeley. You know, after coming to this area, San Francisco area, I saw these small houses and with very beautiful gardens, and they remind me of somehow the miniature paintings. You know? So I was inspired by that and did these pieces. And this is some of my large work here, and this again shows the happiness, you know, the celebration of life of people together. And this one shows, you know, the people coming together in a gathering, like all women gathering together to enjoy the birth of a child.
But I'm interested to know, because, you know, the interpretation of painting is kind of subjective. You know, everybody looks at it and they see something else. When people look at your paintings like this, what is some of the feedback you get? They take from it when they look at it.
Alhamdulillah, yeah, you know, as I told you, I'm trying to show people coming together, and I'm trying to show the joy of life and the blessings of Allah. So people do feel it. And I have been selling a lot of work, mostly to Americans, in fact, more than Muslims or Indians buying it, because they feel this connection of people is very inspiring to them. And as I told you, calligraphy has been my inspiration, and as I move the line in calligraphy, I draw these people with the same flow of line, you know. And I try to draw with one line, trying to connect people together, you know, with one line, and creating these compositions and adding the textures and colors. But I've seen, yeah, Americans especially, you know, they have been drawn towards my work, and Alhamdulillah, I'm just grateful, yeah. I've got a very positive feedback because they show the joy of life, and that's the main, I'm trying to project that, you know, I'm trying to tell people that it's a blessing, and we should not waste our lives, you know, doing other things than just enjoy each other, understand each other, and be together.
Right.
Apart from all my these paintings, you know, I also do sculptures nowadays. And in a sculpture, as you will see, again I have the same joy, trying to show the joy of people together, you know, coming together, communities coming together. And there's one piece I did also with calligraphy. Actually, I'll do more, but here I can show you one more piece here. Allah, I wrote Allah in calligraphy.